Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Honolulu. Hope everyone's having a great Tuesday morning. Everybody say hi to O'Malley Cat. Morning, Brandon. Alan, good to see you both here. Oh, we got Hot Sauce Lover in the house. Hello. Jolly Rogers here. Legalized Shemp. Elise. Thought I saw Christine earlier. Oh, there she is. Hello, Christine. Hello, Josh. Good to see all of you here. The cool kids are here early this morning. Hello, Jobber. Yeah. Looks like we're ready to go. Just need a plane or two now. We do have a UPS Queen that's coming in from Ontario that's about 10 to 12 minutes out, depending on weird. Why does a state ops car have regular license plates? That's weird. So if you're watching on the 360 camera, one of the ops cars just rolled through the parking lot. Ops 12. I've never seen Ops 12 out on the airfield, so maybe it's a different thing. But it does have state seals on the door, so it tells me it is a state car. State of Hawaii car. But it doesn't have state of Hawaii plates. That's really weird. Seems like it should have state of Hawaii plates. But who am I to argue? I'm just a guy in a parking lot. They do whatever they want. Oh, power outage. Well, welcome back to the non-Stone Ages. Well, Star Compass, from what we've seen, that cat, oh, there he is over there, that she is, gets plenty of naps and is not going hungry. Come on, stay over there somewhere. This is Aloha Air Cargo coming in the other side on 8 left. Yeah, she's laying over here. I don't know if we'll see it because of the bar. Oh no, we can still see it. She is just laying around, being a cat. Let's see if this state of Hawaii truck has plates on it. Can't tell. I think that state truck has state plates. I'm very confused. In case you haven't noticed, I look at a lot of license plates. I like looking at license plates. I don't know what that says about me. But I do like looking at license plates. So I'm waiting to see if I can see that Queen overhead. Luckily the light above me went out now. Should be... Oh no, it's still over Waimanalo. Okay. Hello, Heath. Our good friend Heath Shelton is gifted 1 reverse ops membership. Thank you very much. Looks like Nikki and Gary is the recipient of that, so that's a 2-for-1, I think. Nikki and Gary both get a membership, so please enjoy that, and please join me in thanking Heath. Brandon, I see them occasionally. Every once in a while, we'll see ones from the Middle East, and they usually appear to be military who just got moved back here. So every once in a while, you'll see a Middle Eastern plate. Every once in a while, you see Japanese plates on cars that just came over, but that's more rare. Usually the Japanese plates you see around here are aficionados of JDM cars who put them on their car anyway. Every once in a while you'll see a European plate. Again, I think that's the same as the Middle Eastern plate, where it's a military member who had their car brought back over here. Good morning, Rainbow Love. Alan. Oh yeah, Heath, we see those all the time, and it's the same reason. More so with the mainland plates, because when we have a lot of military here, there's over 100, I think it's close to 100,000 military members on the islands. So they have a lot of cars. So usually what happens is when they get deployed somewhere, the military not only ships them, but ships one of their cars with them. I think they only get one. So I see a lot of Texas plates because a lot of the Army come from Fort Hood to Schofield, so they come with Texas plates. And one of the little, I don't necessarily agree with it, but one of the little things is, when a service member brings their car here, they don't have to register it. They don't have to get Hawaii plates. So if they're stationed here for 2 or 3 years or whatever, they can drive around with their same plates as where they came from. And they don't have to pay the registration fee, which is what I don't like. I understand that they're doing a job that I choose not to do, but they're also driving on roads that are trash, and they're not paying to help fix them. Same with all the military heavy vehicles. So to register my daily driver car, it's about $500 a year, and they get off paying nothing. They have to get a little sticker. I believe it costs them $15 to prove that they are in the military, that they just came here. But they don't have to get a fully registered and change their plates. So you see a lot of mainland plates around. It's different with the European plates and the Middle Eastern plates. When they get shipped over, they do have to change the plates to a U.S. plate, so they usually get Hawaii plates. Yeah, Star Compass, that's great, but they're not driving on those roads, and they're driving on roads here that they're not paying to drive on. And they had their cars here. Why should they be paying Tennessee tax? It doesn't make any sense. I understand it's a quote unquote benefit for being in the military, but you're destroying our roads with your heavy ass trucks and not paying to help fix them. Yeah, don't get me started on that rant, Brandon. You don't want me on that rant because I'll be here all friggin' day. The whole EV thing is driving me insane. I'm assuming they do legalize shemp. I don't actually know for sure. I've never seen those stickers in other states, so it's a Hawaii sticker, so I don't know why I'd see it in another state, but I don't have any idea about other states. No, it's not really. I think EVs. That's two rants right there, Brandon. You got me on two different rants. Registering and paying tax on a EV car here versus actually owning an EV car. That's two separate rants. I think electric cars are. I think they're going to end up being worse for the planet than gasoline cars. I think they're going to end up doing more damage than producing oil in the long run. Because you're just going to have to keep getting more and more of those metals to make the batteries. And if you've ever seen a video on the people who work in lithium mines, you would never buy an EV again. If you go up and look on YouTube for videos of people mining lithium by hand in pit mines. And they're walking with baskets of lithium up these hills for 5 or 6 miles to dump it to get pennies. You would never buy an EV. And I know I'm a bit of a hypocrite because I have lithium batteries in my car here that are powering the presentation today. I'm not saying I'm a saint. I'm not saying you should listen to me. So that's one rant. We'll leave that rant alone. That's what's a touch on that little rant. The other rant is the tax that they just put on EV cars here. So because the roads are supposed to be maintained by the part of the money for the registration and a gas tax. Oh, Mrs. Rainbow Love's trying to change the topic. And because EVs don't use gas, they're not paying the gas tax. So they came up with a usage charge for EVs. Which sounds okay. Okay, they need to pay their fair share. They're heavier than most cars. That's fine. But they're going to change it so now every car has to pay that same mileage tax. In 3 years, every car is going to have to pay the mileage tax. And then the cost of the vehicle inspections went up because now they have to take a picture of your odometer to make sure it works, to make sure you're paying the correct gas tax. So that's going up. Then I'm going to have to start paying gas tax or the mileage tax on my gas car. And do you think they're going to take the gas tax away? Nope, they're not going to take the gas tax away. So in 3 years, I'll be double taxed. Yeah, straight. You're seeing more and more of that because people can't afford the registration. So that was a 747-800 freighter coming in from Ontario. So good morning, everyone, and welcome to Honolulu. My name is Patrick. I'm the ranting idiot you've been listening to for the last 20 minutes or so. The opinions are mine and mine alone. I do not speak for anyone else. But if you're wondering where you are, you're at Daniel K. Inouye International Airport, which is right over here, which is 3 or 4 miles southwest of downtown Honolulu, which is right over there, on the south shore of the beautiful island of Oahu, in the state of Hawaii, on the eastern end of the Hawaii archipelago, somewhere in the middle of the vast Pacific. So we do 3 shows here a week, usually Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Last I checked, this is the Tuesday show, so happy Tuesday. I originally mentioned in last Saturday's show that we were going to start a little later this coming Saturday at 10. Those plans have been scratched, and we're going to start at our normal time on Saturday at 6:45 a.m. So we're going to do the other 2 shows this week will be Thursday at 6:45 a.m. and then Saturday at 6:45 a.m. I actually have to work Saturday afternoon, so couldn't do the afternoon one. So kind of a bummer. Oh well, we'll get around it. So it's gonna be a long day Saturday, so pray for me. But we should get an American flight out here very soon. There's a 321 marching its way down here. Hopefully that'll come all the way to the reef runway, because it's getting very lonely down here on the reef runway this morning. This is one of those mornings where you think, oh, did I miss a line in the NOTAM? Let's see if we can flip over to a more interesting shot than my head. So I check the NOTAMs out every other day or so to make sure that they're not closing any runways or important taxiways or whatever. And I didn't see anything for today, but today's one of those days where it's so quiet out here that you think, oh, maybe I missed the thing. I don't see any runway closure signs, so that's good. Star Compass fuel here is 4.19 a gallon. And ah, 45 years. Wow. Well, I don't know whether to say congratulations or I don't know what to say. So if you're not familiar with Oahu, what you're looking at there is, well, it's a fence, but beyond the fence, if you venture beyond the fence, you will see a dormant volcano, a dormant volcanic crater. That is Diamond Head. That is on the eastern end of Waikiki. You can actually hike to the top of that. It's I was talking with Mrs. Reverse Ops about that yesterday or the day before. Apparently it's much easier than it used to be. The last time I did it, there's a middle section where you have 70-something stairs straight up. Pardon me. Apparently they've got rid of that section, and now you can still do that section, but there's now a series of switchbacks that you can hike instead of going up the stairs. So if you're I'm not sure, I think they might have introduced a reservation system on that, so if you're coming out here, check the websites. Everything here is getting a reservation system. It's one of those confusing facts. They say tourism is down, but everything is so overcrowded they need a reservation system. So I don't know. Apparently I'm not a smart man. This is that American 321. Brandon, I'm sure they're doing well. Would you like me to pass along a message to them? Exactly, Aspen. This guy has got places to go. So Rainbow Love a little bit asked to go. How if you guys aren't on the 360 cam, you're missing a really good sunrise. There's a really good sunrise on the 360 camera right now. But Mrs. Reverse Ops did go to see Wicked last night, Rainbow Love. She got into I got her into an advanced screening. So I think it opens Thursday or Friday. I got into an advanced screening last night. The only bad part of it was she didn't get home till after 10 p.m. and I could not fall asleep until she got home. Other than that, she said it was awesome. She cried. But she gives it a big 2 thumbs up. So if you guys are on the fence about seeing Wicked, it has the Mrs. Reverse Ops seal of approval. Morning, Eham Feed. Good to see you. So I'm not used to this. Today, look at this wind today. It's coming kinda, sorta, from the northwest, sort of. At a very low, I think it's probably less than 5 miles an hour wind today. So you can hear everything. I don't know if you guys have noticed how much louder it seems today. If you guys, not me particularly, but the airplane. Usually the wind comes from my back, the north-northeast, so it kind of suppresses the sound coming from the airfield a little, so you don't hear it. But on days like this, you can hear everything. You can hear the reverse thrusters on 8 left. You can hear the startups behind you. It's crazy. Crazy in a good way. So the next one coming in the other side is coming in from Hilo. It's a 757. Very interesting picture on flight radar. I don't know how they got that. Is that on the tarmac? Yeah, I guess it is. There's a second one of those coming up. Hopefully the second one comes over to 8 right. It's kind of sort of looking like it might. We also have Air New Zealand, which is going to end up on the other side. That's coming in from Auckland. That's a Dreamliner 9. So we'll pick all those up and more. Here on Reverse Ops. I don't think it's as long as 20 hours. Let's see. Oh no, it's about 8 hours. It left 7 hours and 49 minutes ago. Yeah, you don't start getting into those You don't start getting to those 16, 17-hour flights until you start getting to the mainland, or, you know, DFW, I know, to Brisbane has a 16-hour flight. And to Sydney, I think their Super is about that far, too. Oh, Gabriel, really? There was a Dash 8 here yesterday? I know there was a 220 here, and it might still be here. I think it's still here. There was a 220. A Qantas Link 220 here showed up yesterday. I didn't see the Dash 8. I was hoping we'd get that Qantas Link departure today, but I don't see it on any of the apps yet. But who knows? Yeah, Eham, I was going to try to get out and get video of that, but it just, Sunday ended up being busier than I planned. I thought I'd have nothing to do but watch football all day, and apparently I was wrong. So there's 2 Qantas links here? Interesting. Alright, so that next 757 is going to come this way. We'll see. Let's make this turn down there, see if we can get it on the turn. Hello, Dreambird, Mark, Black Cat. Good to see y'all here. Somebody asked a little while ago if, I believe it was it Jobber who asked a little while ago about the MD-11s? I think it was Jobber. I apologize for not getting to your question sooner. But there are still 3 here, I believe. I can confirm there's 1, but it was too dark to see the other 2, but I'm assuming they're still here. There's 1 FedEx and 2 UPS. One of each is over by the Aloha air cargo ramp. And then the other UPS is on the north hard ramp. I don't see the Dash 8. I see there's a 220 here. I think Gabriel said there was a 320 here, but I don't see that one. Well, I mean, there's a 330 here. That one came in from Melbourne. And there's a Qantas Link. It's VH-X41 or I don't know if that's an I or a 1. That's a 220. That came in yesterday afternoon. That's the one I was hoping we'd see leave today, because I don't see too many 220s. Aircraft info. It does not have a departure yet, according to flight radar. So our good friend Jolly Roger is gifted 5 reverse submersible. Thank you very much, Jolly Roger. Looks like Philip, David, Carrie, Cat Nerd, and another David are the recipients of those. So please join me in thanking our very good friend Jolly Roger for the 5 gifted memberships. That's very nice of you. Where's my ruh-roh? Oh, there it is. Thought I lost something. Mark, I don't know how many they have, but at least one of the Omega tankers is a DC-10. The DC-1040, I think, maybe? But it is a DC-10. It's been here a bunch of times. They bring it in when they ferry. Usually, I think it's, if I remember correctly, they bring it in a lot when they ferry F-18s across. I've only seen the 707 here once, but I've seen the DC-10 here several times. In fact, I saw it do 2 rejected takeoffs on 8 right out here. Hey, watch it, little Cessna. Come on. He's blowing trash at me. A rant t-shirt. We'll see what we can do. We'll see if we can do Rainbow Love. Excuse me while I just twiddle my thumbs. Yeah, the KC-10 retiring was kind of a bummer. They brought a few of them here, and then they all went off to Australia and somewhere else. And they did big ceremonies down there of the last time they were visiting. But when they were here, they never even mentioned that it would be the last time. We thought they were coming back through on their way back, but they skipped us completely on the way back. So we didn't know the last time was going to be the last time. That was Hawaiian Flight 1015 coming in from Maui. It's a 717. The next one coming in should be another 717. Of course, it just disappeared off flight radar. I don't know where it went. I don't see it anymore. Now it's showing me a Aloha air cargo coming in. Okay, we'll take that. Boy, all the airline aircraft trade I don't know what they call them, the websites that deal with aircraft trade news or logistics news, all those like Simply Flying and all those, they all want to throw their hat in the ring to say that the 717s are leaving us. And everyone's trying to be it seems like everybody has a different theory and they all want to be the one so they can go look back and say, oh, look back, I told you I was correct. But I don't... If you would have asked me before Saturday, I would have said the 717's not going anywhere. But I actually talked to a guy Saturday. I won't say his name. I don't want to get him in trouble. But he's a Hawaiian 330 pilot. And he told me that the plan now is to bring a bunch of Alaska 737s down here to do inter-island. Not tomorrow, but eventually. They're going to end up doing almost exactly what Southwest does, where they bring in 737s for a day, do a couple inter-island flights, and then bring them back to the mainland. So they'll bring a flight in from somewhere, do a couple inter-island flights, then bring it back to the mainland. They won't leave the 737s here. But he said that's a couple years off. Now the reason they can't just straight up replace them is, from what I understand, and I am not a aircraft mechanic by any stretch of the imagination. I'm just not an avid reader, an avid learner. I don't like to read, but an avid learner. Is the 737s don't cool down fast enough, and the 220s, they don't cool down fast enough, so they cannot cool down in flight. The flights are too short for the engines to get to a good temperature between islands, and then they don't cool down enough between flights, so they wear quicker here. The 717s don't have that problem. CFI on the fly, that's also been tossed around, but I think they have the same problems as what I was just mentioning with the cool down periods, plus they're smaller. I believe the E190, I looked this up a couple of weeks ago, the E190 is 90 something seats, where the 717's 110. They are going to start using the 321 for more inter-island flights, but more like I was describing with the 737s. So they'll take this 321 from here to like Maui, and then maybe Maui back to here, and then it would go off to the mainland. But that wouldn't be to... Oh, interesting. I guess I didn't look that one up. Is 114 seats comfortable in that thing, though? Jeez. That's the thing about the 717s is it holds 100. I think it's 110 people, but it's not an uncomfortable plane to be in. Hello, Miss Hong Kong. Yeah, the brakes and the engines, everything just doesn't cool fast enough. I'm not really this smart. I just look at a bunch of YouTube videos. Well, CFI on the fly, it is a short flight. You got to make it. You can't just make people sit in a little box and just here you're uncomfortable, deal with it because you have to fly. You got to make it pleasant for the people because there's other options. They'll take Southwest, which has. You don't want to drive people away because your planes are uncomfortable. Because like me, it's about to blow up. Like me, I will do everything I can not to fly on a American Dreamliner 8 because I find them very uncomfortable. So I would rather, if I'm going to Dallas, I would rather take a 321 and stop in LA than take a direct on a Dreamliner 8. They're just, being in those for 8 hours is not worth it to me. And I don't want to sound like I'm disparaging people, but Hawaii does have a generally larger population of especially men, Samoan men, Polynesian men in general are bigger, taller, and so cramming those people on tiny planes, you probably wouldn't. They wouldn't take a second flight. Hello, Lord Andrew. I don't think this is a dating site, but if someone does hook up in the chat, I get to name the firstborn. That's the rule. Sorry about that. Alright, that's 717 there. It's coming in from Kailua Kona. That was Hawaiian Flight 1017. We also have Hawaiian Flight 1028 going out to Kailua Kona on the end of the runway. And then somewhere over coming off the Hickam ramp, we have a KC-46 Pegasus that is taxiing this way. I see a bunch of quacks in the chat. That can mean only one thing. KC-46 is just lit up on the other side. Still on the ramp, but we'll see. Should come out here soon. You know, I realized I forgot to hook up my scanner today. There's the power cord. There we go. Hello, Peter. Good morning, O'Malley. Quack. Alright, so we have an early turtle today. Usually it's 8:10. Right now it's positioning, doing a couple little zigzags to position over to arrive on 8 left. Looks like the Queen is gonna come in behind it somewhere. We also have a 330 Hawaiian over there and a Southwest over there. We'll see which order they put them in. Looks like the Southwest might be first. We'll see what how the rest of them line up. So speaking of 747s, one of my reverse ops operatives sent me an article on Friday, I think it was, about our 2 planes we get a day from Seoul. So Asiana and Korean. Asiana right now is on a 5-day schedule, so they come in 5 days a week. Korean is on a 7-day schedule. Asiana comes in on a 777. The Korean comes in on a Dreamliner 10. The less interesting part of the news was that Asiana is going to switch to 7 days a week for all of December. The very interesting part of the news was that Korean is going to add a second flight. So Korean will have its normal flight that comes in, the Dreamliner X from Seoul. And then it will have a second flight coming in that is scheduled to land at 11:10 and leave, I believe, at 1:30, which will be December 1st and 2nd. It'll be a 777. So that's something we haven't seen here in a while, is a Korean 777. But from the 3rd till I believe the 31st, that second Korean flight will be our friend, the 747-8. So we're getting the 747 back for a month. So apparently everybody in Korea wants to come to Hawaii for Christmas. Thanks, Michael. And I pulled up Korean's website to make sure it was every day. And because sometimes they skip a day, and so I just scrolled through the whole month just to make sure it was going to be a 747 every day. And almost every day, at least one of the flights is completely sold out already. Whether it's the first one, which is the Dreamliner, or the second one, which is the 747, it's completely sold out already. You can't buy a ticket. So, lots of demand for Hawaii for Christmas. Hawaii is a nice place to come for Christmas if you're thinking about it. And there is not a freaking cloud in the sky in front of me. Behind me, it's a little cloudy, but in front of me, there's nothing. Hello, Jane. Good to see you. So the next one in is a rather big plane. This is the ANA A380. If you're new to the channel, we get 3 of these here. They're all painted like sea turtles, so they're called the Flying Honu. Honu is Hawaiian for sea turtle. There's a blue one, a sea green one, and an orange one. This one is the blue one. So this is Lonnie. Alright, so it looks like they slid the Hawaiian in between the King and the Queen, so the Hawaiian coming in from Tokyo will be next. The second A380 is still on the other side of Kauai, but we will get it in today's show. It is currently scheduled early, again, like this one, for 8:35. The second one is the orange one today. Someday, Brandon, someday. I like doing those streams. They're just hard to plan and hard to execute. Because they end up being a fourth stream of the week, and it gets very, very crowded with streams. I'm doing 3 streams a week of airplanes, so if I do a Waikiki one, it ends up being a 4th stream because I don't want to cut away an airplane stream. All right, take care, Jolly Roger. Thanks again for the gifted. Where is the Queen? It's getting close. I don't want to miss the Queen. We also have a Delta coming out here for departure. That should be going to LA with the extra X. Legalized Hemp, I would love to do another stream up there, but we did one about a year ago, and just not enough internet over there. We got a lot of cutouts and freezes on the stream. There's just not enough internet. Of course, I do have a different modem than I used back then, so maybe we can try it, but so I think this happened before we went live, and I think I missed it. Jim is coming back to us at the 717 level. So thank you very much, Jim. O'Malley be guy with your pog drink soon. I apologize for not getting to that sooner. I believe I said he's. But either way, thank you again. Now, while we're catching up, we'll do Jolly Roger again. Jolly Roger gifted 5. And our good friend and AI extraordinaire Jonathan McD is celebrating 17 months at the 330 level. Baby Trijet, do 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 do, baby try. If you haven't seen the Baby Trijet video, you're missing out. It made me laugh. Thank you, Jonathan. Alright, next one I was that Challenger 350 we saw go in front of us, but after that we'll have a United 757 heading back to LA with the extra X. Behind that we'll have Hawaiian Flight 10 heading off to LA with the extra X. And then hopefully we'll have a Southwest after that heading off to San Diego. Alright, so the next one's Hawaiian Flight 10, heading off to LA with the extra X. Hello Ron, good to see you. Hello Gabriel. Thanks for the awesome streams. It's always nice to hang out with you in this amazing community. Gabriel's celebrating 17 months at the 330 level. That's huge. Thank you very much. I'll put that up back up in a second because I think I missed a word at the end. Ah, as always, that's what's being covered up at the end. But thank you, Gabriel. 330, 17 months at 330 level. That's huge. Thank you very much. That plane down there at the end is a Southwest heading off to San Diego. It's a Max 8. Behind it will be another 757. This one's going to head off to SFO. Must be driver training day at the Waikiki Trolley. It's the second or third one we've seen down here. So those trolleys are for a bunch of different things. There's a shopping one that goes between Ala Moana and Waikiki. There's a couple of them that are just meant for JBT card holders, which are some kind of credit card from Japan. You can rent them out. But you should definitely look them up before, if you come here on vacation and stay in Waikiki, you should definitely look them up, because they could take you, the shopping one's only a couple dollars, and it can take you from Waikiki over to Ala Moana, and then from Ala Moana you could walk across to Ala Moana Beach, or go shopping at Ala Moana. Fly SSC, that one is just doing driver training. I don't think any of them actually go to the airport. Ah, okay. They do have a lot of brand new bus routes to the airport, though, that meet up with the train. They have a new line that meets at the lagoon, that you hop off at the lagoon drive train station, and that takes you straight into Waikiki. I believe it's the A line, but it picks you up right underneath the train track. It's very convenient if you're going into Waikiki from the airport. And I believe on that bus, not all buses, but I believe on that bus you can actually take luggage unless it's too much and blocks the aisles. They won't let you block the aisles, but as long as you have as long as you don't block the aisles, you can bring your luggage on that line and one of the other ones that takes from the west side to get to the airport. Ends are calm. Alright, so we're waiting on this guy to start moving. Oh, well, there we go. He's moving now. Next one out, it's another Hawaiian 330. This should be Hawaiian Flight 6. It is. It's heading off to Vegas, or the 9th island. Yeah, we'll fly SSC. They have, if they're going somewhere, they can't exactly leave all their stuff behind. They don't have obviously they don't have a house to leave it in. They have a doctor's appointment or a court date or something. I don't want that to make it seem like all homeless people, all they do is go to doctors and court dates. They have to go places too. Ah, we have a random spotter in the house. I need a fancy graphic like Walt has for the code share crew. Next one out looks like a Southwest. Smells like a Southwest. Tastes like a Southwest. So I think it is a Southwest. It's clear for takeoff already. Oahu to Maui. We got a Super Hercules coming down here. Not just a Hercules, but a Super Hercules. Oh. We got a Hawaiian Super Hercules. The next A380 is a little over, well, a lot. It's over halfway across the channel between Oahu and Kauai, so that'll be here in probably about 7 or 8 minutes. We have our Qantas heading back to Melbourne lit up. That is Qantas flight 106. Thanks everyone for being here. If you don't know who I am, that's easy. My name is Patrick. It's right about there. Right there. That's me, Patrick. The channel's Reverse Ops. We're an aviation live stream and tomfoolery channel based out of Honolulu, Hawaii. We usually do 3 shows a week here, usually Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Our Saturday show this week was originally supposed to start a little later, but we're actually going to start at normal time. So if you have it on your calendar for 10:15, it's actually going to start at normal time at 6:45. I actually had to work around noon on Saturday at my real job, so sometimes that takes precedent. But we'll be here early to catch the arrivals of the A380s from the other side. So if you're sitting here wondering, why aren't you on the other runway watching them touch down? Well, we'll be there on Saturday, so don't worry about that. So come join us on Saturday. We'll watch them all the way through to touchdown, taxi, and arrival at the gate. And then maybe we'll take a little road trip as well back down here to watch a couple of departures. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Ooh, there's a Hawaiian coming in. Hold on, we'll go to the Hawaiian. Will come back to me in a second. All right, we're back to me. So if you're having a good time, or even if you're not having a good time, I would appreciate it if you could hit that like button. That would really help me out. If you're not subscribed to the channel, I know about 50% of you, according to my stats, are not subscribed to the channel. So if you hit that subscribe button, we're getting very close to 20,000 subscribers, and I would appreciate your help getting us there. Hopefully we can get there by the end of the year and have a little 20,000 subscriber party. So hit that subscribe button, make all your dreams come true, and you get, once you subscribe, you can wait about 5 minutes, then you can chat with all these cool people in the chat, all these little people over there on the chat to the right of the video. You can chat with all those people. How fun would that be? That's two nice, easy, free ways to help out the channel. If you want to take that next step and help out, like all the green names in the chat, you can become a channel member and join the green names in the chat. Oh, super on a 7-mile final. All right. So we have 4 levels available, starting at just $1.99 a month. You can cancel anytime. We also have a merch shop, a PayPal link, all kinds of ways to help out the channel. The merch shop is probably my favorite because not only do you help out the channel, you also get something cool in return. A t-shirt, a hat, a mug, a hoodie, whatever. So those are all over at, all those links I just said are over at reverseops.com/findme. Everything you need is right there. All your reverse ops needs right there. Hit that QR code if you're watching on television. Hit that link if you're on a computer. reverseops.com/findme. And now we're gonna go look at a really big plane. Let's go look at. Oh, hey, behave yourself. There we go. Look at a. We're gonna skip the Southwest because I want to look at a really big plane. I don't think many of you will argue. Well, Brandon, make sure you draw enough for everybody. Make sure everybody gets a copy. Ooh, what happened there? Oh, sorry about that. My hand slipped. So on Saturday, we'll be at the end of the other runway. We'll be able to watch both of those all the way till they touch down and taxi and head over to the gate. So if you want to see that, come back on Saturday. Looks like the next one coming in this side, though, will be a Southwest. We skipped one Southwest. Now we're going to get another. This one's coming in from Kailua Kona. Kailua Kona is on the west side of the Big Island. Oh, thanks, Eham. Southwest has just turned, so it's a little far out. We'll get it here in a second. I see Qantas is moving now. Qantas back to Melbourne. That is making its way. It's hopping down Alpha right now. Little kangaroo legs. We should probably get a good shot of him now. Let's see. Ah, the transit pride is here. I'm approaching my data limit on one of my SIM cards. That's not good. We should be getting the Qantas that I seem to have. Seems like I've been talking about this Qantas forever, but it is on Juliet now. I think it's waiting for a Southwest before it crosses 8 left.
You're in contact ground. You're in contact ground.
Let me think about my guess, Transit Prodigy. Who could it be? It's not me. Could it be you? I think it might be you. Oh, thanks, Michael. Well, that'll be fun. I haven't seen 22s in a while. Seven on the downwind. I'm zoomed in too close to see that. Where's it at? Oh, there he is. He's going right over my head here in a second. Well, close. Yes, I know. Well, I don't know about other islands, Ed, but I know here they have some. Up at Dillingham Airfield, which is on the north shore, on the very close to the north. Oh, I got a buzz in my nose. Very close to the northwest tip of the island. There's a airfield called Dillingham Airfield. It's kind of joint owned by the state and the military. Hence they're playing hot potato with it. But there are gliders out there. And then they also do parachute out there, parachute jumps out there. But they do have several gliders out there. I don't know what if you can rent them or get rides in them or they have to own them. I don't know anything about that, but I do know they have them up there. Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't know Australia had a problem with all their kangaroos having their arms fall off. I didn't realize that was. I didn't realize they were having that problem out there, but you know. I think this guy's gonna wait. There's a FedEx, say a Sky Courier coming in on the crossing runway.
Airbus A330 departing runway right, cross return start. That's the second part. Mike 106 middle level on the line with the 340 at 3 runway right, so pick up. Alright, hang on. 4444 with on the front.
That last FedEx transit prodigy was a Sky Courier, Cessna Sky Courier. That's an interesting looking ship. I don't remember seeing one of these before. There's a Southwest coming in on the crossing runway. Looks like we might have another Hawaiian going out as well. The Southwest is coming in from Hilo. The Hawaiian is going out to Kona, so we got both sides of the Big Island covered. Well, thanks, John.
right, clear to land, 796. Winds are calm. November 1048, runway right line of Hawaii. November 470, Foxtrot Juliet, Hong Kong, runway right. Morning, Alaska 1034, star lining message. Alaska 1034, Hong Kong, contact surface, heavy point 777 on 839, final runway, dust for the land, staying 8 mile final, cross the runway, we'll hold short of your intersection. 8 miles, clear land, Alaska 1034. Number 470, Foxtrot Juliet, Hong Kong, taxi runway right. Oscar 1048, look for a caravan to go to the growth house and follow on the shoreline. Oscar 1048. Oscar 1048, maintain the separate the traffic, keep off your left, winds are calm, runway right, so takeoff. Okay, roger that. Off on left hand side, make your right, so takeoff, Alaska 1048. 3999, 717 departing runway right, you have your stagnation, the separation, they'll be on your right side, contact departure. Delta is now road on to Echo. 1413 Heavy will take Echo. 1413 Heavy, thank you. Right turn on Echo, crossing for left, for hold short of runway 48. Right turn on Echo.
Next heavy coming in on the other side is a 7-6 from Delta coming in from Tokyo. It's going to be followed by a Dreamliner coming in from Tokyo. That's Japan Airlines.
180 Heavy, Honolulu, 717, 1 mile final, the caravan, 10 mile final for the front runway, we'll hold short of the intersection, runway left for land. Left for land, also 180 Heavy.
So our third ANA of the day is running a few minutes early, so that means we might get it in the show today. That is a Dreamliner 9 coming in from the other end of Tokyo. Okay, he moved and I didn't move the camera. There he is.
At 1413 Heavy, you can keep it rolling. Cross runway 4 right at Echo and then contact ground traffic on a 2-mile final for it.
This one's waiting for a Sling LSA coming in. I believe this is our friend. The Sling LSA is a tiny little plane, which I cannot see yet. Oh wait, there it is. I see a glimmer in the blue sky. Let's see if we can take it. Should be up from there. There it is.
November 05 Julia with a calm runway right to the For 7691, Honolulu Tower is a heavy Boeing 787 on the 12-mile final for the customer runway right 4 right clear land, which would have runway left. Heavy Honolulu Tower, trust the heavy Boeing 767 on a 2.5-mile final. The caravan on a 8-mile final for the front runway will go to your intersection, runway 8 left, clear line.
Yeah, Transit Prodigy. In just a couple of weeks, we're going to have that Dreamliner X, and they're going to add a second flight, which is going to be the 7478. That'll be for most of the month of December. As far as a residential permit or visa to live in Hawaii, it would be the same as the rest of the United States. It wouldn't be any different. You would have to go through the same procedure as if you were moving to New York or Texas or California. There's nothing different about Hawaii in that result. It's all now these days I would probably imagine it's probably hard to do that, so have your be patient. Yeah, I think there's at least 4 of those slings here. I saw 4 of them lined up the other day.
Marco 578, Causeway turn to the 717 departing runway right on your right side. Contact departure.
Alright, we have a 717 working its way down to the end of the taxiway. It's heading off to Lehue, Hawaiian flight 1033. It's most likely going to wait for another sky carrier to come in. This is Kamaka Air, though, not Lanai Air. The fighters are in contact with the tower, so they shouldn't be too much longer. So here's that LSA that came in a minute ago. This is one of the flight instructors. This is Pacific Flight Academy. No, El Toro. If it's the one I'm thinking of, I didn't know who owned it until you said that, but I'm assuming it's the blue and white one that's up there, halfway up the cargo ramp. If they still own it, but they don't fly it anymore. In fact, it's in pieces. That thing hasn't. I don't think that's flown in a long time. Come on. There he is. We're expecting hang 10s from at least the first group.
Honolulu Tower, John request runway right, taxi via Juliet.
Bro, I don't think they're going to retire him anytime soon. They got a lot of flight cycles left on them. So basically, they have nothing to replace them with. So if you've never seen these before, these are F-22As from the Hawaii Air Guard. And if you're asking why are we getting fighters at a commercial airfield, it's because we share the runways with Hickam Air Force Base, which is part of Joint Base Pearl Harbor-Hickam, which is immediately to the west side of the airport. I just heard him say these two also have Hang 10 approved, so if you're unfamiliar, Hang 10 is kind of a local colloquialism for performance takeoff or unrestricted climb, whatever you want to call it. so there's four more that I can see. 4 more fighters. 2. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 more that I can see. One of my highest viewed videos on YouTube is, or sorry, on YouTube is, we had 2 F-22s go out just like that, and the Southwest pilot behind them, when he switched over to departure, he thanked the ATC for the air show. No hang 10 on these, 16,000. Hello, Ron. Good to see you. Transit project, they kind of do. They have their Hawaii plane. They went a little different. They didn't go with the state flag. It's a MUA 1. So Inouye is kind of Hawaiian for go forth, move forward. So if you see a MUA 1, that's the Hawaii plane. I don't know the exact reason why they didn't go with the state flag for that one, but I do like it. It was here yesterday or the day before. Well, I do wish you the best of luck making it to Hawaii to retire. That would be awesome. I'd love it. I love it here. Unfortunately, it's so expensive. I don't know if even I'll be able to retire here, so hopefully it works out for the both of us. Yeah, JVD, when those, I'm assuming it was the, we might have more coming out. I think I see another one. I'm assuming it was the F-22 demo team you saw. And when they're whipping right over your head with full afterburners, it's deafening. If you ever get a chance to see the F-22 Raptor demo team, it's well worth the Well worth the price of admission. Unfortunately, Brandon, we don't have a lottery here. There are no forms of legal gambling here in Hawaii. No bingo, no scratchers, no pull tabs, no lottery, no quick picks, none of that. Most likely all this is for training, Ken. Usually they go out several times a week to keep their hours up and their flight training up. About twice a year they do night ops, so they'll do night flights to keep their certifications up. We just missed the night flights when I was in Germany, unfortunately. O'Malley, are you confusing me with somebody? I'm somebody else. Did I give off the... When I met you, did I give off the impression that I knew anything about stocks? Oh, sorry about that. Sides of the guard shack. I thought he was two, but it's just one. that it is, O'Malley. That definitely it is. I'm more of a long-term, moderate interest type guy. Something with guaranteed return on investment. Thanks, Michael. Yeah, Transit Prodigy says gambling doesn't need to be legal. Yeah, they bust those all the time here. They have poker rooms and gambling slot machines everywhere. I don't know how they get the slot machines in here. That's crazy. Of course, they get $1 billion worth of fireworks in here every year, too, so I shouldn't be too surprised. Alright, so we got about a half an hour left. And then I have to head off to work. Because, as we've established, I'm not a big stock trader, so I actually have to go make a living. But we got about a half an hour left. I gotta get out of here about 9:45. Sometimes we push it to 10 till. Yeah, I'm wondering if the ones that do get busted, the game rooms that do get busted, are ones that miss the protection payment. But if anybody wants to invest in my illegal backroom gambling fund, there's a PayPal link in the description. Alright, well, we got half a second. I'm going to step off the truck for just a second, check on the batteries, get a drink of water. I'll be right back. Please, talk amongst yourselves. I love it when they do that. Alright, I am back. Allie, we got a bunch of people from the UK here. Seems like half the people in the chat are from the UK. I guess the time zones must line up good for the UK people. We got a lot of friends. You know, Christine and Jonathan and Alan and Ms. Wolves are all from the UK. Hello, Ms. Wolves. Speaking of Ms. Wolves, there she is. Peter, my favorite airplane is the DC-10 in the old American Airlines chrome livery. I just bought something the other day that was pretty cool. I'm sure everyone knows what plane tags are. But if you don't, they're luggage tags made out of the skin of an old airplane. So the company goes out, works the deal out with the boneyard on planes that are being dismantled, and takes some of the skin and makes luggage tags out of them. So you can own an actual piece of your favorite airplane. Well, the one they just released is an actual American Airlines DC-10. This is a chrome part of it. So I bought that up because, as many of you know, I have not only is the DC-10 with American my favorite airplane and livery, my father used to work for American Airlines, and there's a very good chance that he worked on the exact plane that I got the plane tag from. And if all those connections weren't enough to get me to buy it, there's actually one more connection. That plane, when it was done with American, it was leased to Hawaiian Airlines. So that's that DC-10 that I have the tag for. Not only was it American, my favorite plane, my dad probably worked on it. It was out here in Hawaii in the Hawaiian fleet. So sorry, Rainbow Love, I couldn't list everybody here from the UK. I mean, if you want to put your home address, we can all come visit you. Just drop that in the chat. I swear, nothing will come from it. We'll just come by for a visit. We'll say hi. Yeah, Tim, if you're talking about the SR-71 tag they have, it is awesome, but it's also way more expensive than the American one I purchased. It's probably worth it though. Mauricio, no F-15s today, but we did have some F-22s about 20 minutes ago. As far as I know, there's no F-15s here right now. I think there's 2 companies that make them, and then one of them even makes coasters. I don't remember which one's which off the top of my head, but I think there's 2 companies that make them, and they'll even engrave them for you. So if you want to use them as an actual luggage tag, you can engrave the back of them. All right, our third ANA of the day is on final now. It is just about to cross over Ko'olina. Unfortunately, today it's not a third a third A380. It is a Dreamliner 9, but hey, we'll take it. I like the livery on that one. We have a 747 lit up and pushed back on the cargo ramp, so we should be getting that departure here in just a minute, and then we might be done for today after that. Well, technically, Fly SSC, a piece of the skin is an aircraft part. It's just a small part of a big part. Oh, we got one here for you, Kirsten. Where's he at? Where's he at? He's running. He's running. He's running. He's running. He's running. Don't eat that, it's plastic. See you later, El Toro. Thanks for stopping by. The A380 is huge. Yes. We saw 2 of them come in today. They're already here. Saturday we'll watch one of their departures, and both of their arrivals and one of the departures. So don't go anywhere yet. I know we got a little bit of time left, but I might try to be on time as opposed to being late today. So I want to make sure I get the members scroll completed, because you guys mean a lot to me. So don't go anywhere yet. We're not quite done yet, but I want to make sure I play this because I don't want to miss it out, because I know there's all these names and they're going to scroll by, plus the 717s mean a lot to me, so I don't want to miss it. So we're going to make sure I roll these now. In the past, I have screwed up and not played this. Tim, do you paint fake bridges on rocks and watch them and hopefully they run into them? Alright, so this 717 is heading off to Kailua Kona. We have the... Alright, so let's do the shark tail. We haven't seen too many of these shark tail lately. There it is. Tim, there are 8 main islands, and then there's several hundred other little tiny islands that go out across the Hawaii archipelago, which stretches about 900 miles to the west of here. But there are 8 major islands. I'd like to thank the world's most dangerous mod crew: Kirsten, Ms. Wolves, Rainbow Love, Sydney, Josh, O'Malley, Jane, Alan, and Brandon. Special shout out to our good friend Steve Rogers. And to Mrs. Reverse Ops, who's probably very sleepy right now after staying up and watching Wicked last night. But she thoroughly enjoyed it. Thanks, Peter. This one here is a 747. Let's see, look at the wingtips. It's an 800. Or 8-8. It's not really an 800. Yeah, most of Lanai is owned by Larry Ellison. I think it's 98% or something. I don't know who owns the other 2%, but it's 98% owned by Larry Ellison. Apparently he's from what I hear, I don't hear a lot of complaints about him. You hear a lot of complaints about Zuckerberg owning parts of Kauai, but I don't hear any complaints about Larry Ellison. Apparently he pays his people over there very well, the resort staff and everything. I heard they're doing very well over there. So, kudos to him. Alright, so while we're waiting for the Queen, I got enough. We got time. I'll do it after the Queen. Yeah, they'll do it after the Queen. We got time. Thank you very much, CFI on the fly. Well, if you want to get too far in the weeds, Fly SSC, it was the Monarchs who sold it. So you can go back and try to change history, but a lot of the land that's owned by private people now was sold off by the Monarchs. So they had a thing called the Great Melee, which sold a lot of kingdom land to private entities. Like everything in the back half, everything to the west of me basically is owned by the James Campbell estate. And that's because he saw that you could grow sugarcane out there and nobody else wanted it, so the king said, you know what, I don't want it. Here, you give me money for it. And the same with Sanford Dole bought a lot of it. And Sanford Dole's the one who originally bought Lanai from, I don't remember which, I think it might have been the same, but he bought Lanai and grew pineapples over there. So Yeah, O'Malley, after that, land leases became very popular. In fact, it's hard to find property east of the airport that's not some form of leasehold. Whether it's Hawaiian Homeland's leasehold, or whether it's a part of Campbell Estates, or the Bishop Estates, or Cam Schools. Most of what you have in town now is all leasehold because they realized they didn't want to sell it. Surprisingly enough, one of the biggest state holders just sold the land underneath the Royal Hawaiian. That was very interesting. Yeah, I don't want to toot my own horn, but geez, how often do you see a 747 and a destroyer passing within a couple hundred meters of each other? That's something you're probably only going to find here on reverse ops. Maurice, I have been to other islands for plane spotting. I've done some plane spotting on pretty much all the islands, but I've only done live streams from here and Maui. One of these days I'd like to get over and do live streams at the other ones, but it's just so expensive right now. I mean, just to go to the Big Island is it's almost cheaper to go to LA. Thanks, Allie. Alright, so let's see here. We're up. So I have been invited to be a featured content creator at next year's Avcon convention. It is taking place April 4th, 2026 at the Delta Flight Museum in Atlanta, Georgia. That's a Saturday. So if you'd like to fly out or drive over and say hello. Lots of other lots of other cool creators. You can go over and hit that QR code or go to av-con.com and check out the creators tab to see who else is going to be there. I know Noel Phillips is going to be there. I know the AVL guys are going to be there. So it should be a lot of fun. It's very reasonably priced. Tickets are only $40. And considering that gets you into the full Delta Flight Museum, that is a smashing deal. So, I just noticed that the Qantas link has lit up. There's a Qantas link 220 here, and I've just noticed that it is lit up. So mark your calendars there for Avcon next year on April 4th, 2026 in Atlanta. So that'll be a lot of fun. We're going to do some live streams before the convention. We're going to try to go live at the convention. Should be a lot of fun. So I don't think we have enough time to stay for this 3. Even if we hung around. Read the chat. Tut. I didn't miss it. I just haven't got to it yet. Jeez. Settle down. Alright, all your fellow mods have your back, Ms. Wolves. I didn't forget about it. I just hadn't got to it yet. So our good friend and super great mod, Ms. Wolves 13, is celebrating 2 years, 24 huge months at the 717 level. It says, yay to your anniversary. Puhulani, Puhulani, heart, heart. So thank you very much for all you do. I really appreciate it. And thanks for the other mods for having your back. Alright, so I'm trying to figure out if this it doesn't have a time, unfortunately. Wait, let me make sure it hasn't updated with a time. Yeah, it doesn't have a departure time on the flight radar. So I'm, yeah. 10:10, yeah. If it's 10:10, I can't stay. It's probably, I think it just lit up, so unfortunately we can't stay for that one. That's a bummer. I like those 220s. We don't get 220s here at all unless they're on a delivery flight, and then usually it's only the Qantas Link ones on delivery flights. So this is a multi-stage delivery flight. It went somewhere to Vancouver yesterday, and then from I think Vancouver to here, and then I think it's off to Guam after this. But bummer. Well, unfortunately, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. I gotta go. I have to go to work. So we'll be back here. Oh, pardon me. Oh, ugh. Getting all verklempt here. We'll be back here on Thursday morning, same time, same Pat channel. And then we'll be back here again on Saturday at 6:45. Saturday we'll start on the other end, and we'll watch the A380s touchdown. But thank you very much for being here today. Thanks for all the love. Thanks for all the support. You guys are literally the best. But last time for me to plug it. If you want to check out any of the social medias, hang out with us between shows. Discord's really good for that. It's all there. reverseops.com/find me. So the social medias are there. The links to the 360 camera are there, and the links to all the ways to financially help the channel are also there. The shop link, the PayPal link are all there. So that's a great link to bookmark for all your reverse ops needs. After this stream ends, we're going to send you over to the 360 camera. So if you're interested in how that works, there's a description on how to make it work in the description of that video. Please like and subscribe over there. We're getting very close to a big milestone over there. But thanks again. Oh, Clifford, I wish I didn't. But we'll see y'all very soon. Have a great rest of your week. Thanks again to all the people who had anniversaries today, but especially to Ms. Wolves. But Gabriel, Jonathan, Jolly Rogers with 5 gifted, Heath with a gifted, and then early on Jim came back to us at the 717 level. So thanks to all of them. We'll see you very soon. Have a great rest of your week. Be happy, be good. See y'all soon. Aloha, everyone.